And we have the first match, and it's someone with almost the exact same amount of MMR, but also significantly higher combat power once more. Yeah, it's now Monday, and it should be roughly 1 full week since I've gotten the game and put about 40 hours in it in total. This includes looking at units and sort of stuff. Let's see how I am. I've hopefully not rusted too much over the weekend. Anyway, Aerial Specialist with Crawler Stormcaller, Giant Specialist with Arclight Stormcaller. I'm thinking about this. Let's go for some Giants to warm up. My opponent has Fangs and Phoenixes. So I don't see much of a choice of losing the first round, to be honest. I could go into Fangs myself, but whether or not that is something I actually want, I don't really think so. I could put my Arclights up front, but they wouldn't last long against the Fangs. Now, I guess even a small amount of Fangs is useful to deal with Phoenixes. It's not like they have too much of a, you know, a durability. Where do I want to put them? Maybe do it like that. On the outside. And then put 1, 3, 4, 5. Put one here. Let's see how that works out. So my opponent, okay, he's bought some extra crawlers. He still has his Phoenixes. So Arclights, yeah, they have a higher range than other units. Or rather than my Fangs. I should name the other units with their name. It basically remains to be seen whether my Fangs can actually win anything here. With Stormcaller support, they might. They are starting to hit the Phoenixes. But it remains to be seen whether enough of them are going to be left to do anything really. And I don't think so. If that's the last few Fangs, it might get one more Phoenix, yeah. And I don't think that one Fang is going to make up for the entire enemy force. It is unfortunate when the enemy starts with Phoenixes, but it was worth a try. Assault Scorpion would be nice, but my problem is not that right now. The enemy might want that. But I already have Stormcaller, so I don't even think it's too much of a issue. Instead, I think I'm just going for my safety Mustangs. Put them around about here. Maybe even a bit further back this time. Because my front line is quite far to the rear. These Phoenixes leveled, that is unfortunate, but not unexpected. And he indeed is going into more Phoenixes. Which means I should be thinking about Marksman. And given how good my Chaff Clear is going to be, I don't think that's a bad choice next turn. I guess, yeah, Marksman could have also probably helped, but I don't think I would have had the Chaff Clear and the sustain. Oh, he put Phoenixes at my side? That is not going to work out for him at all. I have the perfect counter almost for that already here. It's still that the Arclights are taking the brunt of the force, and I don't like that happening. But I wanted to protect my Fangs, see how that works, and I guess the answer is it doesn't work too well. That said, I should be winning this turn with no problem whatsoever. And it's going to do an actual good amount of damage for turn number 2. My Fangs can also level up. Mass-produced Wraiths, not really. Heavy Mustang, also not really. More attack. Did any of them level up? How close are they? Oh, they are. This squad here in particular is really close to leveling up. I could also move into a new unit, and I said I wanted to go into Marksman, so I think this is actually good to pick up. Let me do that. Let me go into... I need to start the sniper war, I think, in order to stand a reasonable chance. So I'm going to go into Marksman right now. As far as everything else goes, I'm thinking I will leave it at that and just get my upgrades. And I'm giving this Marksman here the item. He upgraded the Phoenixes. And he put an arc light down here. Not sure if it's even going to spawn in, but it will next turn, so I need to do something about it. This turn, I'm just eating phoenixes. The chaff is lasting and distracting the phoenixes until the rest of the chaff is, you know, back at the correct location in front of my forces. And now the marksman can clear out the phoenixes until none of them remain, hopefully. Yes. I'm surprised he's going into the quantum... what's it called? Quantum regeneration? He's going into that so quickly. Quantum reassembly, yes. That is the name. Haste module, also not bad. Senior manufacturing, though. Getting cheaper non-giants, I think that's a good choice right here. So now I need to do something. I need to kinda tank these units here. What can I use to reasonably tank them? It's gotta be either something that completely obliterates this stuff here, or something that is super cheap and I can just, you know, waste it a bit on the arc light. And risk the arc light leveling up a bit. I'm honestly thinking that sledges might not be a bad choice. Also steel balls, but they will lose against the phoenixes in very short amounts of time. I'm thinking I'm just putting a bunch of crawlers down. The alternative would be going into something like a fortress, but they will get annihilated afterwards. Anything really big will probably get annihilated by the phoenixes. Or I could go into wasps, because they beat arc lights. He does not have air spec, but he has armor. Yeah, let's for the moment go into wasps and see where that leads. I'm adding 2 sets of wasps, putting them right here. Upgrade these mustangs, upgrade these fangs, and I can't upgrade the marksman anymore. Should have probably prioritized that one. This is gonna hurt, but it can't kill the level 2 marksman. He is protecting against missiles with a whole lot of stuff. Problem is, I have more chaff clear than just missiles. Like, the missiles I buy in addition, but it's not everything that I have. It's annoying that these crawlers broke through like that, but also that's just what happens, I guess. Once all the chaff is gone, hopefully the phoenixes will die relatively quickly. Yep, he unfortunately gets to keep his shield and everything under it. Extended range Phoenix, but I could counter, I guess, with extended range everything if I want to really pay for it. I'm thinking about doing just that. Upgrade the arc lights. And maybe this turn then I don't add a lot of expensive stuff. Maybe I just add some cheap chaff in front of them. Like putting a bunch of crawlers just like in front. Maybe put them in front like so. I'm thinking about enemy missiles as well, and I don't want to be caught by them. And then maybe I should be selling those. I should either be selling those or doubling down on them, or I guess maybe this will get destroyed in time anyway. Getting better Mustangs would be nice, getting better Wasps would be nice too, and I could just go for, because he's getting techs here, how about I just go with electromagnetic shock on the Wasps? That should keep a lot of his stuff from doing too much. And on the arc lights I could also go for electromagnetic, but nah. I think for the moment I'm just mass recruiting myself another arc light, putting it here. This should be symmetrical, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And then I'm saving for whatever he might have. Yeah, now he's missiling again. Not sure if those missiles are going to be worth it. Oh, he has a bunch of subterranean crawlers now. I guess it's a good thing I added more arc lights. Or one more arc light. Yeah, his chaff is still getting cleared out pretty nicely. And I think quantum reassembly is not the correct choice for him in this current moment. My wasps should also be leveling, and that's going to hurt him so much. Yeah, he's already almost dead. I didn't even really realize that. Did he go for... Yeah, he did go for extended range. He also has melting points, but I don't think that's what he wants. He might go for skill specialist and throw the missile at me this time again, or he could go for either of these. I think none of them really help me right now. I could try to finish this, but I don't think I need to try and finish it right here and now. I think it would be more wise to invest into some better chaff clear or something like that, or to double up on marksmen. His phoenixes have 180 range. This thing has, or it's going to have even more than that. But how do I really mess his play up? Maybe going for mechanical rage is not a bad idea. Increase the fire rate and thus the chaff clear of these units. I can also go for incendiary, but I think that's going to hurt me in turn. And I'm thinking extended range on the marksman. And then buy a couple of elite marksmen. I should probably put them towards the inside of my units. And then maybe unlock... No, unlock nothing. Let's play. He has moved his phoenixes, or at least on one side, because he realized that they were doing absolutely nothing really. He's gotten a melting point, but I'm not even sure why. I guess it kills a bunch of units at high range, but he can get more phoenixes to do something similar. Well, let's see how this ends, but I don't really see it ending pretty well for him. He went all in, like each of these defensive measures, the missile interceptors and the shield were worth $100. We wasted $500 on that. Yeah, GG. That actually was a pretty easy one. And I think it was in part because I, not knowing that my opponent would go for major flanks, but I just instinctively put my Mustangs here, because people like to do that, and Mustangs are good against almost anything that comes from the side regularly. Like, I'm not expecting, at this point at least, that people put something like a Vulcan on this side or the other. I know that was going on, and at the higher level it's probably more common, because I've seen Vulcans spawning in here. But against something like Phoenixes, Wasps, yeah, the Mustangs take care of all of that. Alright, good warm-up game. Let's see what the next one's going to be like.